Hello, this is Jennifer Gore with St. George Episcopal Church in the Villages, Florida. Today I'm interviewing Sally Dade, a member of St. George who shares her time and extraordinary talents volunteering for our church and our community. Sally, thank you for sharing with us today. You began worshiping at St. George under some really unusual circumstances. How did you find us?
Well, my husband, Sully, helped me take care of my parents for years. Every Sunday we would take them to the Methodist church and then dinner at the Golden Corral and then working on a list of weekly chores that needed to be done. When we moved to the Villages, I decided I would go to the Catholic church with him. It only seemed fair. So one Saturday afternoon we decided we'd go to St. Tim's. And when we got there, I've never seen so many cars in one place in my entire life. Every parking space was taken, every inch of grass that surrounded the church was covered with cars. So we decided, well, maybe better luck next time. As we were leaving, we saw that St. George had a 10 o'clock service on Sunday. So we came back the next day and we enjoyed Father John's sermons. I had attended a Protestant Episcopal school in New Orleans, so I was familiar with the liturgy. And a lot of the service was very familiar to Sully's upbringing. We were especially welcomed by Fred and Sandy Pack, and we decided that joining St. George would be a really good compromise for us. When we met with Father John, he said, well, how did you come to decide to become a member of St. George? He was quite surprised when we said, well, because there wasn't a parking space across the street. It has been serendipity, though, because it has been a very good choice for us.
So in your life before St. George, you were a teacher for 43 years, such an important job. Tell us about your life working with students.
Well, Art Linkletter had a show and a book called Kids Say the Darndest Things. I used to keep a list of the outrageous things the kids would say or the questions they would ask. I couldn't find the list, unfortunately, but one time during a class discussion, I remember looking up and seeing this kid giving me this look, and so I jokingly said, "Don't scoff at me." And he said, "Well, what does that mean?" And I said, "Well, don't sneer at me." And he didn't know that either. And I said, "What do you think I am? You're a thesaurus?" He said, "No, I don't think you're that old." Because he didn't know what that was either. He thought it was some kind of dinosaur. I really enjoy hearing from former students with their notes or their thank yous. There's even one 24-year-old young lady, and I had her father years before that, who, after tutoring for several years, she sort of adopted me as her real-world life coach. She's in contact quite often and has actually come to visit in the Villages several times. As a matter of fact, she was here last week and made many, many trips up and down the stairs helping put away the Christmas decorations. We really appreciated her help.
Wow. You have a real full life of volunteering. Tell us some of the work that you do.
Well, after becoming a member at St. George, I've been involved in a variety of activities. I help plan the Celebration of Life programs. I co-chair the yard sale, which is the church's fundraising annual event. And I work with the Women's Guild from cooking for the fashion shows and golf outings to helping decorate the Baker House. As part of the Friendship Initiative, I try to reach out to visitors, hoping that they will come back and join us, and plan more communication and activities for our new members. Obviously, that's taken quite a hit during COVID, but we hope to get back on track soon. Lately, I've been working with the Art and Environmental Committee, which works on improving areas both indoors and outdoors of the church. Outdoors, we made a lot of improvements to the Memorial Garden, and indoors we are working on decorating the conference room and parish halls. I also enjoy volunteering at Love in the Name of Christ. Sometimes I work in the warehouse with Jerry Taylor, other times in the thrift shop, which helps fund their many missions. Sully and I also do site visits. So when a client requests furniture or appliances, we visit the home, check things out, do measurements to make sure everything will fit. It's just incredibly humbling to see the needs of the people that live so close to our church. Love in the Name of Christ is an effort of about 40 churches, mainly manned by volunteers. So if you're interested at all, I would recommend that you become involved in one of their many ministries.
And you can find the link to Love in the Name of Christ on the St. George Episcopal website. Thank you, Sally, for letting us get to know you better, and thank you, audience, for participating in St. George's Spotlight on Parish Life.